welcome to Podcast at Home, episode 4. After a couple-week delay, we're back. We took this long for Ty to get his new background set up. No, I'm kidding. I had to postpone because I was not feeling well. So no coronavirus, I'm happy to report. Just a headache. So I think we're in good shape to taste some whiskey tonight. How's everybody doing? Pretty good?
Really good.
Fantastic.
I am excited for this category.
That's right.
Two weeks away from this felt like forever because we've kind of been in a roll there for almost a month. So it seems like a really long time.
I feel like I'm so glad to see your faces. I feel like the dog that was in the pen and the master comes home. I just want to just run up and just start licking everybody's faces.
I don't think you're allowed to do that right now.
Yeah,
I was going to say, for that, I'm grateful this is virtual.
I would.
Now.
I was afraid you were going to say nuzzle their crotches.
I could do that too.
Yeah.
That is more hygienic.
That's a little more socially distant in a weird way. Yeah. Well, has everybody got a pregame drink going on? Rye is our category, so I had to make a specific point of not sneaking into bourbon before we did this. So.
I did the opposite.
I did the exact opposite.
Yeah, I actually pulled out Jason's B sample, which is a high rye Basil Hayden.
Oh, you son of
10-year. To go nice and soft.
It keeps coming back.
Oh. But it's all right. It's a nice watery start.
Nat, Jason, what do you guys have?
Okay.
Watery start.
Do you want to?
Go ahead, honey.
Well, we as a shout out to the other guys doing it, as they call it, the JV squad. He gave me a shout out on his show today or yesterday, and as fate would have it, Troy sent me a bottle of his pick.
Oh,
so I figured I'd crack it and drink. Yeah, some of the new barrel or the new riff single barrel. So we're gonna crack it and say cheers to you, Troy. Thank you. Hopefully, I have the same luck you do because I'll take second place.
Nice.
So that's what you just opened right now?
Yes.
Have you had it yet, or is this the first?
This is
first
my
drink
first.
at it?
And that one's hot, isn't it?
115, I think.
It is 115.9. Yeah.
Okay.
It's spicy. I wouldn't call it over hot, and it's a fresh crack too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There it is. It is spicy. It's a spicy meatball.
I may be really glad you're pre-gaming with 115. Just based off the last one we did. Get that proof up there, Natalie.
I know.
Well, self-admittedly, I'm not a rye guy, so Nat's the expert on this one.
I love rye. It's good.
I love
I
rye.
like it.
Ty, what do you have?
So I actually went to, I delivered beer to our local distillery because I had a friend that got me some Yingling. And so our local distillery was like, hey, what's it going to take for me to get a case of that? And I jokingly was like, I need some thiefed barrel proof rye from your place because it hasn't been released yet.
Oh, I saw that picture.
Oh, yeah. With the handwriting.
Yes, so it happened to work out today that I was able to get in and meet David from Storm King Distillery. I'm going to give him a shout out because I'm going to send this to him later. But so I'm drinking. It is their first rye release. He said they're 30-gallon barrels, but he only had 25 gallons of product in each one because that's all they had made at the time when they started. They're very new. So this is their first rye release. He's actually blending those two barrels and then we'll proof it down. But he said this was, came in at like 103 proof. So
where are they located? They out your way or?
Yeah, so they're actually in Montrose. And so they've been doing all, clear spirits and some aged agave and stuff. It's all been really well received. And then they launched and did, they call it side gig whiskey because it's not what he really wants to produce. But when you're starting a craft distillery, you got to have a side gig. And so this is their side gig. So this is actually a 15-month whiskey but it's all small barrels and blended and malts and everything. And at 90 proof, I was like, okay, that's a lot better than some stuff I had. So,
good.
yeah. So he's someone that takes pride in it and is doing it the right way, but it's fun to try.
In 15 months, it's been through a Colorado winter, so I'll bet you a ton of barrel interaction.
Yeah, he said they lost 25% to Angels on the rye barrels.
Wow.
In 2 years.
Ooh.
And is that 100% Colorado rye? Is that what I read on that?
Yes, yeah, straight rye. So,
Cool.
yeah. So I'm excited. He said this one, he liked this barrel better because it was spicier. And I'm like, oh, that's in my wheelhouse then. So
It's cool. They're doing it the opposite of most people that start a craft whiskey distillery, which is they want to make whiskey and then they make side gig gin and side gig vodka and side gig tequila in order to pay the bills. That's cool.
They did that as well. So, but they were, I mean, I love that he's got 53-gallon barrels aging. And he said today, he's like, I can't wait till we get to those, but they're not ready. But the little mini barrels he's playing around with, they put out. So
that's cool.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
I started easy with the baseline. I just threw down that Old Forester rye, just their straight 100 proof. Just kind of usually mix it for cocktails or whatnot. I don't have a ton of rye on the shelf, and I was trying not to bias things too hot right away because my normal go-to rye is that Willet 4-year, which is awesome. Super consistent and great, but I think it usually runs around 114, 115. So I didn't want to spike the pot too high before we started. So we'll see.
That makes sense. Old Forester rye.
I didn't catch all of that.
I hope this is not an issue. If it is,
oh no, I heard you.
No, I heard it too. Yeah.
Okay. It was just Corey then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just Corey.
We'll blame Kansas, Ohio internet. That'll be fun.
That's right. I said I get a ton of bananas on that Old Forester rye every time. Every time.
All right.
Brown Foreman, right?
Yes. So that's is it a rule that everything has to have a banana note from Brown Foreman?
Unless it's
I don't know. Ask Jackie.
Jack Daniel's barrel proof that I sent you last week.
That tastes like bananas.
Jason,
Did it?
She's my favorite. Be quiet.
I know. Trying to hook you up with a lunch date, man. Maybe somehow chance she'll see this.
Yeah.
One of the 13 people that see this might be her.
Signs point to no, but I appreciate that. All right. Well, so 4 ryes, and then next is Boom Whiskey, and we might bring on some special guests for next time. But I think we're about ready to go. Are you guys ready to go?
And you got to pick the order, right?
I do pick the order.
Yes, you do.
He does.
It's reigning champion. So we will go Ian, Ty, me, Jason. So Jason doesn't ever get to go last. So he was
nice strategy, Cotton.
We're going to try to let him go last and see how that works. And we'll make Team Canada go first. So this is in the land of rye.
Good luck.
So cool.
Ian's first.
Darn it. Oh, the one that says Ian on it.
I think mine are labeled. Yeah.
I was like, I got to put these all in order. Otherwise, I'm going to get messed up.
I gave Nat the 1 ounce glencairn so her hands look bigger so she's not self-conscious.
I should switch to those. I feel like I'm a much taller guy. So now's where Ian watches and or lies to us directly to try to influence the vote.
He is a game.
I saw the poker face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I got straight up butterscotch off
Guess
this.
before smelling or tasting and just say lot 40 something.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
If you go lot 40 and I'll take the other half, and if I keep saying JP Weiser, I'm going to get right eventually.
Who's to say?
This is butterscotch, right on. Like,
All right. So, well, it's been a fun episode, and
I tried to throw a little foreshadowing into that by like, Natalie, let's get that proof up for you. But
Yeah.
That is
Does
thick.
feel high fruit.
yeah, it is oily. You're savage, Campbell.
you picked it first.
Mm-hmm. I hope it all wears off by the time people get to the end.
Oh, man.
Well, what are your thoughts and notes?
it's just horrible. I don't even know if I can finish it.
Give it an effort.
This is
It's got age because
It's
it is
got-
not a grassy rye. It is that
That
turned
candy.
bastard Canadian rye.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, super oily. Sticks all over the glass too.
Yeah, so let's just drink and call
Yeah.
it.
So how's your day been?
I mean, it tastes like burnt caramel.
Mhm.
I mean, it's got a real heavy char to me.
There's definitely some oak, which
Definitely.
is usually more subtle in rye. So
yeah. I'm surprised that I get a drier finish. I was expecting. I mean, it's really rich on the palate, but it dries out really quickly with that oak. For me, anyway. At least.
I'm secretly hoping right now that Ian put like a 2-year rye in here, and I hope this is widely available and easy to get at this point.
Well, probably in Canada.
All I can say is this is old enough to where I don't hate it, which is good.
That's great, Jason. I'll be last in your book.
I'm telling you. No, I'm not saying hate. The reason I said hate is especially younger ryes, I don't like usually the anise flavor, like the eucalyptus kind of notes, the
getting
young
that.
notes. They
You're
just
getting
turn me
that?
off. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not getting it. So
Nat is though.
you
Yeah,
are?
when you said anise, that made sense.
I don't get that at all.
I don't get much. Like I said, if like it's like a like I said, butterscotch. It's like butterscotch chips, like the.
So rye is my favorite like I would say rye is my favorite whiskey type of all time. But it has to be a solid rye. So
Yeah,
if it's a young, like I have some local distillery that I really want to love. They're like the best people in the world, but their stuff just sucks.
Yeah.
And I feel bad, but like it's just not there yet. So yeah.
Corey, what are you thinking? You've been quiet.
Well, it switches to that candy, oaky. It's got spice all at the end, but it's like that stuff that's on the edges of your tongue and around your gums, which I love because then you kind of keep tasting it for a long time. So it's good. And
I'm
I think
guessing-
that it's higher proof.
How hot?
Is it
112,
112?
yeah, 10, 15, somewhere in there. Same.
111.6.
111.6.
It's like
You nailed it.
Yeah, so it's
Release.
lot 40 special release barrel strength of some sort, right?
It's like I don't know what else.
Who's to say? I just don't.
So due to Canadian rules, this like could be a straight bourbon from Canada, but it's still called rye. So
It's true.
That's true.
Is there any chance that did you get the Whistle Pig pick?
no.
The podcast one?
No.
All
He's
right.
got the Willet single barrel from
Do
Southern
have
Whiskey
that.
Society.
I don't get as much dill on this as I
Exactly.
usually do.
Nat, how are you feeling about it?
I don't get any baking spices.
No?
I don't get any orange zest.
What do you get? What do you get?
It, Yeah, I mean, it maybe it's just because I'm just starting tonight, but I'm just not a lot of, lights are going off in my brain, about what it tastes like. I do get some caramel, but I get a lot of the char, and it is kind of hot, and it is oily on the palate, but yeah, I wouldn't have guessed it was a rye. Sorry.
No, that's great. I love
I
it.
appreciate that Nat is trying to throw the contest so Ian doesn't win.
You have no idea how much that cost me. No, I see your point though. I mean, it's like when that age when it turns to candy, and like I keep going
And
back.
maybe it's
So-
because I'm using the small glencairn.
But I'm with you. I don't get a lot of baking
Maybe I
spices.
should
Leave
use
some in your
Pepper,
glass
but-
and then come back to it at the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or don't. If you don't want to like do that, that's fine.
I haven't done that as much. I did that the last time. The first one of these, I drank all of each sample as we went, and that was a problem the next morning.
I know this is going to sound weird, but I'm just saying it.
Mhm.
When I came back to it, I hit the nose. I smelled Smarties, like the
Yeah.
Smarties candy.
I get that,
It was weird. It was like that sugar. Yeah,
like a
Smell it
bubble
again.
gum almost. And
yeah,
then-
like a refined sugar, and I got
Yeah,
Smarties.
this is
That's what I-
better. The glass makes a difference.
Oh, does it?
I can smell
You're gonna have to
better.
switch away from those tiny
Yeah.
Glencairns.
This is better.
Holy-
I can smell the candy.
It really does.
I
It's
mean,
kind of
it
crazy.
smells really kind of.
Remind me about that glass when I reveal this.
Yeah, I can smell the candy notes in it in the bigger glass.
There's a much richer nose with the bigger Glencairn. It's kind of crazy.
And here we are. You guys have now dissolved into a
Look, stick with the
conversation
small
about the
ones.
size of your Glencairn.
Small one.
Well, that's the best part is you can't see it, but y'all have 1 ounce ones and mine's in a 2 ouncer. So maybe it's my fault.
Well, so did we just get on camera recorded Natalie saying size does matter?
Yes.
Dr.
Yeah.
Natalie. Dr. Natalie says
Yeah.
this. Yes.
It tastes good, too.
All right.
If we were editing this down, that would be the cold open.
I think I may have
Challenge
only-
accepted, eh, Corey?
Yeah.
Natalie.
What? What'd you say?
I think I may have been the only person that caught that.
Thank you.
That's okay.
But YouTube, well,
That's
unless
all
you.
All right. Ty is next.
So let's go.
Number 2.
All right.
A little bit of Ian, so you can go back to it.
I'm still
Ty,
taking
you're
the
in-
wrap off Ties. I might
Oh,
be here a
You
You
while.
should have started that before the show. That's why I usually run into that one.
right. Ties orange.
I like to make sure mine get a little airtime for the show.
That's not a bad idea.
Yep, that's a rye.
Yep, a little
I'm
more
not
of the
nearly as prepped as I was last time.
traditional minty rye notes. Oh, that's sweet. And then rye on the back.
Mm. I like the nose on that one.
That's a good finish.
Mhm.
And I've got a
Yeah,
sugary.
this is very much more traditional. That
Yeah, I definitely did not throw in what you all expected me to throw in for this, but
well, you were. I
No,
thought you were just flexing all week, throwing off those sexy rides on Instagram.
all ones that did not go to you all.
Well,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was really excited when we first sent these. I felt good about my pick, and then you guys all got in my head, so I have no idea where I'm at. This is much more traditional.
Yeah, and I do get the dill note on that one.
Yeah.
On the nose.
The anise. It is spicy and peppery, and I do like the.
I'm 12. I can't handle when anyone says anise on the nose.
Anus.
Sorry. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I thought it was being more.
Cloves, cinnamon, and black pepper.
Mm-hmm.
And I got sherry and apricot on the nose.
I actually fought purchasing this bottle. I wasn't going to do it. And then like a ton of people were like, the dill note, like it has that dill flavor. And I was like, crap. That's like
It
my
does.
kryptonite.
Does.
Fine. I'll go get it. So I definitely agree with that one.
It's tasty.
Kind of aftertaste of dill.
That's a long. Yeah, it's got the longer rye finish.
Yeah. I would
good.
definitely say it's younger than Ian's by about 8 years, it feels like.
What's the proof on that? Ty, that was to you.
I know.
I don't know. It's a little under. I think it's drinks under what Ian's was, but I don't think it's super low either.
I think it's green apple on the nose.
I'm getting like 105, 110 maybe on this.
I would say right around.
I agree with the green apple as well, Natalie. I get that on the nose.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like everything
Yeah,
I'm in second.
except for mine.
Well, I'll love yours tonight. Apparently, we're throwing this.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, I'm not too proud. I'll take it.
Yeah, that one I definitely get that dill note. That's like the Willet. At first, right off of the palate, it tastes like one of the usually what I think of when I taste Whistle Pig, but just because it's always kind of got that super spice forward. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's totally like it's total different compared to mine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It does that, yeah.
And
It's more like a traditional rye. What you would,
if you go mine than this, it's pure dill.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
if you knows, yeah.
There's our T-shirt.
Pure dill.
Yeah. Pure dill. All dill all the time.
Will it should make
All
a
deal
shirt.
all day.
If there was a Willet Rye with their crest logo that said pure dill, I'd buy that all day long. So Willet, if you're listening,
Absolutely.
Corey smells darker too. And hot, man.
That's what she said.
Mine looks darker if it makes any difference.
That's what. Oh, sorry. Yeah. It's a PG-13 show, kids. PG-13.
Everything is better in the dark.
Oh boy, here we go.
What is
I
that?
agree. Mm-hmm.
It's unique. Definitely unique. And I don't.
What shirt does Corey have on today? Pyro. Okay,
Oh,
that's the best pyro crew shirt.
Yeah.
and he
Top
talked
Gun
too much.
logo.
Yeah.
Oh man, that junk is pretty hot too.
That looks thick.
What is that? There is something that I can't recognize that.
At the end,
I'm still working on the nose. I can't get this.
it's like there's something in the finish that I can't figure out what it is.
I'm just going to stick my nose right in there. If I pass out, I'm sorry.
We'll pause the recording. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you can always edit. Wake up with a bandage on my head.
I'll just do like hand puppets with your mouth. Video you.
Is this creamier?
It does.
Like
does
mouthfeel?
I mean, I don't think it has more than mine did. I don't think it's quite. And I really don't want the Canadian to win, but I really don't think it's quite as thick as
All right.
first one.
No, like a buttery taste on the palate.
I've already thrown out BS tangents. Sorry, I almost made a PG-13. So I smell, gosh, this is going to sound so cheesy. I smell like when you go into your grandpa's workshop, there's something weird, like old about it, but like old and oily, but not like in a bad way. Like there's something peak about it. There's something,
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
It's like walking into the shop after somebody's done an engine.
Yeah, there's something.
Sorry, Corey.
And hey, we're all gearheads, so it's actually a great smell.
Yeah, like exactly. And I don't mind it.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it's an interesting, like aged kind of.
You're talking to the guy that used to lick the cement when he was a kid, so we're all good.
I think you've used that tasting note on here too.
It is one. Hey, we looked it up. It's called petrichor. It's an actual thing.
This seems hot to me.
Yeah, I think like 6-year 120.
Yeah, like I would even throw Knob Creek. Yeah,
that's exactly where I was going. Is like,
I actually think it might be the Knob Creek limited edition one, the 9-year. That's 119 proof or something like that. Because I get that. I put that beside Kentucky Owl, and I got that mouthfeel that I really like. It's like a creamy mouthfeel. Probably way wrong with that.
Who's to say?
What's on the Knob Creek train with you?
Yeah.
Because I think there's some like toffee peanuts, which I am terrible at picking up peanut on Knob Creek usually.
Yeah.
Everyone says that's there, but I get something on that finish that
I hit
I'm gonna guess that.
A subtle fruit, like a pear to me. Like, gosh, this is the exact opposite of the other ones. This one starts peppery, and then it filters out, and then you get the little intricate flavors. Where the other one, gosh, I'm just falling.
Right, doctor.
Yep.
I mean, so maybe my nose and palate's just off today, but I feel I'm on the nose. And even a little on the taste, I get like tawny sherry, or tawny port instead of ruby port. Tawny port, that's it. And I just got like a piney taste. I can see where Jason gets the pear and that kind of antique, kind of dusty flavor. But yeah, it's unique. It doesn't taste like a typical rye.
I will say this. This is the kind. There's several whiskeys in my collection that I fall in love with because of the memories that they trigger the second I smell it, and I'm starting to fall in love with this for that reason. Because
you like the old oil smell.
It triggers Grandpa's workshop, and it absolutely, by emotions alone, I actually am starting to fall in love with it. Not enough to put it first, but you know.
I was going to say.
It really does evoke a memory for me. That's awesome. I might go find some just for that reason.
I really think this is Knob Creek. I really do. I think it's a Knob Creek something, and it almost has more bourbon notes than rye notes to me, which would make sense to the 51% rye that they throw in or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's barely rye. A Knob Creek rye is.
And the other, I'm going to go one more thing. The way this finishes is the way some of my favorite. This is not a tangent. I'm full of them today.
You're good.
It finishes the way some of my favorite single malts finish, which I really like. But
like that dry astringent.
Peppery and then goes to that astringency, like that one that I sent you.
Mm-hmm. No, exactly.
When I say piney, I think that might be what I mean. That it's astringent. That it's
kind of.
It's dry.
It's long. Like that finish is long.
Yeah. So I won't tell you what it is, but we did have it at one of our tastings for Wamego Whiskey Syndicate. And the reason it stood out is because they thought the same thing that I think Jason said it. They thought the finish was backwards for a rye, that it was spicy and then sweet instead of sweet and turned to spicy. So
it's very interesting.
I think it may be one of the hotter ones of the night, actually, the proof wise. That astringency just leads that way for me.
I'm on the Knob Creek single barrel rye path. So 6 year 120. Yeah.
It's 115 though for rye.
Is it 115?
I think it's 115 for rye.
I think I killed the only one I've ever seen around here.
Now, before you pour, go ahead and pour mine and just sit and
it's a little darker.
Full.
Good
just
Lord.
Admire that bad boy.
It's full.
What the heck?
Admire the tones. I should win by that one.
You're selling it hard. I love it. Keep going.
The color is fantastic on that.
Good Gates. Look at that.
Yeah, he brought a Canadian rye, and that's got coloring in it.
Absolutely.
This is iced tea. What did you put in here?
Did you know how hard I was to get all the way to Canada during quarantine? I'm sorry.
We're canceling NAFTA. It's going to be even harder for you to get there now.
I'm just going to be quiet because this is awesome.
I'll send you whatever you need.
I want to say root beer, which is such a weird taste.
Yeah.
I got a soft nose, and I think that would be right along those lines.
Like there's something
with a bit of bite there, like the root beer bite kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is weird. If
carbonated.
If you watch the last two of the other guys doing this, they've talked about root beer a ton.
Really?
Every other note's like, oh, that's root beer. On anything Clint sends, it's root beer related. It's funny.
I haven't had time to sit down and watch them yet. I need to.
Are we sure that Clint's not just sending them root beer?
Maybe,
I'm stoked that someone else jumped on it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Not that we
so
did
great. Yeah.
I taste root beer.
Fun.
No.
Did you send root beer?
High proof.
Used to say.
Root beer.
Can you?
Yeah. I'll
It's
put it in
the
there with
softest yet, I would say.
Oh, that's good though.
Mm-hmm.
That's got some age too. Huh.
Get a bit more baking
on the end.
Get a bit more of the baking spice nose after a drink of water.
It's not nearly as peppery as the other ones. Not nearly. But it does have a decent finish to it.
I'm not sending Kentucky Owl. I don't.
If that's a Kentucky Owl rye, it's only number 2 because that doesn't have the proof for the other ones.
It's not low proof. It's over 100.
I don't think so.
You're wrong.
Yes. I am.
I think that's cinnamon bomb thing, man, that usually turns in at the end of the Kentucky Owl, though, for me.
I was like, number 2 is 101.8.
Maybe.
Get a lot of vanilla whipping cream, kind of.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
So to me, of the ones that we've had, this is the one to me that leans towards really low, like 51, 55% rye, like higher corn, just because it's so soft. But I don't know.
Cinnamon toast.
I think this has got a high rye.
Cinnamon toast.
Yeah. I think it's just.
This is another high age turning to candy, not necessarily.
Could be.
I think it's finished. I think it's finished.
Oh, Dirty High West. Dirty High West. Oh.
I think this reminds me of something a Canadian blender would do.
Oh, that's cold.
Yeah.
So the Canada of the States, right? Is that
It's
it?
true. It's not far off.
Yeah.
No, I think it's got a bit of like, I don't know. I get some finishing on it. I'm not sure what it is.
High West do a double rye where they double barrel it.
Double,
Yes,
but
yes,
in
they do.
something,
Double
it's
rye.
soft and like smooth. It's almost like it's double barreled in something really that'll take that edge off.
Really beautiful.
Ty, this reminds me a little bit of that Lot 40 that we had at the porch, where it's got that like buttery creaminess to it, which is French oak. So,
well, in High West, so double rye from High West, and correct me if I'm wrong, Utah people, but it's just like super high rye content is why they call it double rye. But then a lot of their single barrels they do that they release are finished and
Right.
that's the road.
We got the bottle right there.
Yeah, I think I have one that's a Manhattan finish.
Yeah, they did the Manhattan barrels.
Yeah. Well, and Rendezvous Rye is finished in something too.
Matter of fact, during Whiskey Weekend Batch 2, Dustin Whitaker gave me the gift of a High West finished in an Isla barrel, which is very interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
So shout out to you. Thanks, Dustin.
Yeah,
Those
guys
are mad scientists, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, those double finish ones that are their single barrels are pretty slick because the bottle's got like the coating on them that almost looks like an oil slick where they're kind of reflective, which
I
is
love those.
super clever
and
packaging.
the tag, right? The tag.
Yeah, the medallion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been saving them up to make that a chandelier
I
someday.
want one.
Oh, that's
With the iridescent glass.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I have yet to get a High West single barrel.
Well, we will fix that, I promise.
If only you knew a guy who was close.
What? Like, I've never had anything like it. Midwinters.
I don't think this is midwinters,
No?
but midwinters tastes like Christmas in a glass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's super baking spice and nutmeg and
I kind of get that on this. I think we may have been burnt out a little bit. I don't think it's that, but I think it's something like a high rye content that's soft and finished in something really nice.
You're a dog with a bone on that one, aren't you? You're not letting that go.
No, I think I'm right. I'm probably wrong, but I think I'm right.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, I like midwinters. I usually find midwinter spicier than that one.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's got some like cotton candy in it to me, like spun sugar. That's good.
That's what I like. It's easy. Yeah, I will say this. I like this because it's the least. It's what I was saying. The older one that it turns to candy has less of the traditional rye notes, and it goes right to, like you were saying, spun sugar. It's glorious.
It is glorious.
It is not. I guess look at that devious look on his face. He's going, it's glorious, and it's fourth place.
No. I don't know if this is fourth place yet.
I will say that I think this is 4 really great picks. Like I wouldn't be pissed off if any of these were on the shelf. So
yeah, no, I have been struggling to find ryes that I really enjoy, and if I could get any of these, I would take them in a second. So,
all right. Well, do we dare put things to a vote?
Ian have to vote first since he votes first.
I do.
You do.
Well, we have to hold off for a second.
Keeping score.
Okay. Oh, he's going to go back and revisit, which just gives me another excuse to drink some more. So that's fine.
You should go back and revisit.
I revisited Ian's, and I found the butterscotch on the nose, and on the taste, I got lemon drop.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Lemon candy.
Yeah.
I do get a little more of the like little rye.
Yeah, more of the rye spice tie the second time around on Ian's.
Yeah, a little more of those bright notes. All right. Ian Campbell.
Just 1 second. I have to go back to ties.
He's hitting them all. Ties is dill pickles.
So dill.
Mine's last. It's okay.
It is.
Is it all right to call something a dill bomb? Because that's what that one
It is.
It's a dill bomb.
I smell it now.
Pure dill. Yeah.
And for the record, I'm going to let Nat go first this time, so you don't think she's just copying what I say.
That's a good idea. Nat could go before me if she wants.
You can go before me. You go first, and then I'll go last.
Oh, sorry.
That way I can dictate the winner. I mean, I can. For the record, I actually have them written down right now under my arm. Nat will verify at the end of my pick.
I believe you. That I think I called you earlier tonight online the team nicest people on the planet. So,
All right.
Don't do that to me, man. Quick story. I'll make it fast. Go ahead.
Trying to keep you honest. Go ahead.
Save it till later.
Go ahead with the story. It gives me more time.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, think it out. I was just gonna say I was struggling about like saying anything negative to you guys because it hurts my feelings because you guys are. I love you guys. And Matt and I talked about it. It's like the first time when I put myself first and just even to be funny, and it's like it was funny, but then I'm like, did I really offend him? And I felt bad, and then I realized that
I felt horrible. I didn't sleep for days.
my family and I are very competitive. So Nat's like, just treat them like your family, which you kind of are. So that's what's happening.
Oh. If
like
you're not friends if I don't give you shit. Like that's not a thing.
My family is like my family's so competitive that the game of Monopoly is banned at my mom's
Honest
house
to God.
because it started fights before. So
Lord help.
I'm not going that far, but I am treating y'all like my brothers, which you are. So
yeah. All right.
Anyway.
Okay.
Now Ian has to
tear it
vote.
up.
After all that,
Yes.
Be nice.
ties number 4.
That's fair.
Right.
2 and 3 were really tough for me. Corey, you take number 3.
Okay.
I'll take number 2, and I'll give Jason the first.
Wow.
After I just said
That was some Canadian hospitality right there.
that's
actually really neat.
that's
I will
reverse
say-
psychology is what
I
it is.
will say no. I will say it's because I have a hard time picking mine first, and I really like that. I think if yours was ahead of some of the higher proof ones, it may have changed the game a little bit. So
Fair enough.
I really liked it. That finish dry. So
So Ian trying to get a vote for nicest guy on the planet. I think I just had.
He always has that. He has like a medal pinned under his shirt that just says.
do you want to see it? No,
Yes.
I'm kidding.
That is always a trick question, by the way. When someone says always.
The ones you got to watch out for is they show it to you before they ask.
That's well.
Woo! I'm like, no.
Got it out, right? Yeah.
I was raised right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's right. All right, Ty. What's your scores?
I'm going the exact same thing as Ian did.
Wow.
Me in 4th, yeah. Corey 3, Ian 2, Jason 1.
Wow.
Can I ask you about the second and third? How close it was? Was it close?
Second and third, no,
Okay.
not to me.
Yeah.
No, yours and Jason's were closer.
Really? Okay.
Corey's is good. Mine is distant 4th in this one. So
It's so dill.
it's
so dill. I would drink it all day, but it's very dill.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
So I'm close. I have Ty 4th, me 3rd, but then I have you guys flipped. I have Jason 2nd, and I have Ian's 1st.
We may end up needing Natalie's vote tonight. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
I think Jason votes for himself.
Why would you say that? That's
because it's a game.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out.
And I know you already have it written out, so it's okay.
So and mine was different. I had Ian's 1st, and I had Jason's, and mine close.
Okay.
I thought Ian's was the was best from Jump Street. So
Wow.
Yeah, Eden's was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited to see.
And that's rare. Usually the first one I taste almost always ends up getting the short end, just because by the time you get to the end, you've had so many other things. But when I went back to it, it had even more notes than the first time I tried it. So it's a good thing. All right, Jason.
Go get
your strategy
backfired.
Yeah, backfired, right? I know.
Okay, so this is weird, but so I have Ian's 4th.
Oh.
Ooh.
I know.
Oh, and now the plot thickens.
I will say that she's a traditional rye fan, though, so she likes
Yes.
traditional ryes.
Yes.
And I have Corey's 3rd.
Okay.
I have Ty's 2nd and Jason's 1st.
Wow.
I know. I can explain that when we're all done. I will.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for the record, she doesn't know what's in these glasses.
Right.
Right.
Awesome. All right.
All right.
All right.
Even though
I will
that's
lift it.
That seals the deal.
Yeah.
Should.
Got it up. So, Ty 4th, simply because it's traditional rye and I'm not a fan. Ian 3rd. I loved it. And once again, it was close.
He just knew he had to keep me low.
No, the experience, it won me out. I started thinking of my grandpa and I fell in love and it's like, So
Yeah,
the fact that this
good
evokes
excuse.
memories.
I love it,
But
but
just
you're
a
full
hair
of crap.
and then me first. No, it's true. I don't know. There's something about my grandpa's workshop when I smell it.
So what you're telling me is that you voted your grandpa second.
I voted my grandpa second. I love my grandpa.
But I needed this win.
But I
Grandpa
really
would have
did,
wanted
yeah.
you to win. That's why.
Well, it's weird because, and it makes sense because this is very, it's an interesting monster, which I love that. I love collecting interesting monsters. You can.
All right.
Okay. It makes it fun, but we know who won.
Yeah.
We know who lost.
Very
Ty, 4th.
In 4th place, this is a barrel rye.
Wow.
Love barrel.
This was a single barrel pick that our local Colorado group did. It's a 4-year, 118, almost
Wow.
119.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I literally, the other barrel picks that our group has done, I've really not been a fan of. And then everyone said, "Oh, this tastes like dill. This tastes like dill," which is one of my favorite rye notes. Got it.
So
and then
where is that one
in
from?
there.
I love
Where
barrel.
did they source that one from?
Is there an easy way to tell?
Yeah, no, because you covered the back label with the fancy sticker.
Well, no, but that's above the other sticker.
Yeah, it should say where, because they source all their barrels.
Indiana, so it's MGP.
It's MGP. Okay, cool.
So 4-year MGP, it's
That
got to
makes
be
sense.
high rye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good, and it's what I like about rye, but it did not hold up tonight. So,
Good.
cool.
All right,
Mm,
3rd place for me. Are you ready?
sort of.
That's
Oh, wow. That's hilarious.
Oh
That's-
my God.
awesome.
The difference is this is a limited edition. It's a single barrel. It's a 13-year-old Canadian.
Okay.
Dang.
Oh,
Okay.
So where it's Alberta Distillers?
It doesn't say. It
Probably.
just says distilled in Canada.
So it'll be Alberta.
Yeah. So it is 13 years old. It is 126 proof.
so
All right.
is that like a
I
limited
said 120
release or a
plus
single
on
barrel,
that. Yeah.
like a pick?
It's a single barrel, but they release them
Yeah.
a couple times a year, the higher aged ones.
Oh.
So yeah, 13-year rye
Yeah.
sourced from Canada. I picked it because it was 126 proof, and I think that's
It was.
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's hot.
Do you think
but
that's the hottest?
sticky?
That was-
Maybe not. Maybe not.
So
That, and I thought it was fun to pull one that was Canadian out versus Team Canada.
Yeah.
So it's American and
Yeah.
Canadian at the same time.
So
awesome.
what I pulled out was Alberta Premium Cast Strength Rye,
Mm.
which is a 5-year rye. It's 130 proof.
Yes.
130 proof 5-year rye. 100% rye, so it's 5 years old compared to Corey's 13 years old, and it's $65 Canadian.
Woo.
I know. I'll hook you up. 5 of them. It's pretty impressive for 5 years. I was terrified to throw this in because I'm like, I did a blind with lot 40 everything, and I'm like, this is the one I really like right now. But me not throwing lot 40 12-year in scared me to lose, actually. So that's kind of fun. It doesn't have
Ian sent it to me, but not to compete.
So it doesn't have the traditional. I find it more bourbon than rye. So I thought Natalie might like it a little bit more. But the proof scared me, especially after last week when Natalie's like, "This is gasoline, pour it out." Like,
honestly,
I pre-gamed better.
Just by flavor, I really did. I love that. It was a butterscotch bomb, and I could drink it all day.
Yeah, it's not
that
traditional.
One was my favorite, Ian.
So it's really good. I can get a few. I'll go to the store and see how many I can wrangle up.
For 5 years, that's crazy.
Yeah. And it like you guys said, 110 proof, I think, and it's 130. So it drinks a lot under its proof and a lot older than it actually is. So
and that was our first pour.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I was terrified. I was like, oh guys, like, especially Natalie. I'm like, no, I'm glad she started with 115 in the new riff, but I was like, my vote's gone. She's gonna hate me.
If we reverse that, Ian maybe wins if we drink that last. Potentially.
Yeah.
That'd be close. Don't get into the game.
Rewind the tape. We'll start it all over again.
I really think if we had Jason's first, it would be a rock star right off.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Probably right. It got 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. So it's not like it was a real far outside the voting.
Besides the competitiveness, I would really been sad if it's last. I'm glad it won because it traveled a lot of miles to end up in your glass. Because Nat and I found this when we were at the Whiskey Exchange in London.
Wow.
And it's European Michter's Barrel Strength.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michter's Barrel Strength. We got
that the toasted one, or is that just barrel strength?
Just barrel strength, US 1 barrel strength rye whiskey. It is 112 proof.
Really? I said it drank sub 100.
Yeah.
After all the other ones we drank,
it did drink sub 100.
and we got gypped because it's in a 700 milliliter. So
I have to say, I had a bottle of that I didn't love, and now I'm very frustrated. That was so good.
How many years it's been in the bottle?
Is it a single barrel, did you say, or just barrel strength?
It is just barrel strength.
Okay.
Let me see here.
It is a
barrel. It's numbered. It's a single barrel. Yeah. It's got a barrel number on it.
Which means
and that's not the 10-year rye?
This is not the 10.
No, that's just the barrel strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Which is like, it's highly rated from what I hear. The toasted rye was like top notch, apparently.
The toasted rye was unreal.
Yeah, I haven't come close to that, but
yeah, I got lucky with one somehow. But
did you?
Yeah,
I think we've now. We've made it official now, right? Everybody's won one. Is that right?
That's true.
So that makes Boom Whiskey next week the tiebreaker.
The tiebreaker.
Yeah, and we're gonna toast with what Ty said.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next time.
Oh,
we have something special for the pregame thanks to Ty next week.
Pretty sure that proof will hold up.
Exactly.
Can confirm. So, all right. Well, next week, Boom Whiskey decides the tiebreaker, which means that Boom Whiskey is no rules, by the way. It's just whiskey in a cup.
Anything goes.
Should be pretty amazing. And maybe some special guests next week.
And in the original text, it went A, B, C, D, F.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
For what
Like
the?
Yeah. That's what this category is. So.
All right. I like it. Well, we shouldn't wait 2 weeks ever to do this again. So
No.
let's
Highlight
not
of my
down.
week.
I was like,
Let's
I do
do it.
need to send out my samples for our guest.
Oh, well, at least it won't take you 21 days like it did. Oh, so Natalie, that was what I meant when you kind of rated mine last. It was the proof. Like you can really pull out proof more than the rest of us, I think. So when I think you rated this last, it was that high proof astringency that you're not a fan of. Yeah. So I was like, that makes perfect sense to me.
I think that next week, Nat, is your week. When like all the rules are off.
Yeah.
And everything's going to be all wacky categories, and we're going to have stuff that's rye and bourbon and finished and Scotch and Irish and like there's no whatever.
That will be.
Wait, you put Scotch in there too?
Oh, I put all Scotch in there, buddy.
Good.
Yeah. I peed the shit out of that.
Cool.
All right. We'll catch you guys next week for episode 5. See ya.